Welcome back, everyone. Going to be streaming without a camera. My camera died before this. Always technical difficulties. It's all right. We're going to be going into why is altcoin season over? Why am I writing this? First of all, well, this is an altcoin season index. This is pretty accurate. And what we see right here is we are approaching the top of this, right? We had this 98 up here. We haven't had that high of a level. And before you guys get judgmental, just listen to the data, listen to the facts and the analytics. If you guys want to be as successful as you can, you have to be just listening to the data and facts, not being emotionless. But yeah, as you see right here, we've already had this little retracement like we had here in 2017 or 2020 here. Actually, let me go on the 2-year all. But yeah, every time we get up to this top level, we have some sort of retracement down. We're not sure how long we could stay up here, but as of this data point right here, we can kind of tell that this is probably going to be the end of altcoin season from a data standpoint. It is. That does not mean that we still won't have a lot of runs, right? We will still have a lot of price action with these altcoins, but altcoin season, when we have this parabolic movement of altcoins, it's done, right? For as of right now, until we drop a little bit lower. This thing has been completely accurate throughout the years and it's going to continue to stay accurate as of right now. No data has really been wrong with this, so take that into accountability. But yeah, just a cool thing for you guys to understand. We're still going to make money. We're still going to be able to make gains, but the long-term holding comes down in these levels, right? When we drop down below the 25, this is when you guys are going to be buying to hold long-term. You guys buy and hold long-term, and then you get these 94, 98 levels you sell up here. A great indicator. It's called blockchaincenter.net altcoin season index. You guys buy down here. You sell once we get above this 75 level. You guys can make the most amount of money by doing this. And we are on this downtrend, and we've been pointing out this downtrend. I'm going to go to the graphs over here. I'm going to take off all these indicators that you guys see. Let me just pull up a new graph. We'll do a little new chart right now. I'm just trying to help as many people as I can on this channel. Hope you guys are learning a lot. This is a great indicator for you guys to realize this is a long-term perspective. As you guys see, this is the past month on it, but we are approaching a top level. Probably gonna have a little retracement down with altcoins. But let's get into this Bitcoin graph real quick. Let me throw on the indicator right here. So we have this gray EMA level. This is kind of signaling that we are below it. Every time we've dropped below it, altcoin season has ended, right? These altcoins aren't going to go up a lot of percents, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percents, like they did once we were in this level, right? If you guys bought altcoins down here, you'd be up over 20x, 30x, and if you bought them here, you'd be up over 10, 20x as well. Altcoin season is when these are going up 10, 20x, right? We haven't seen that. We probably won't see that until we drop down to these lower levels, and that's when you guys buy to hodl. Very, very great thing for you guys to understand. I promise that's an amazing tool that you guys can use, right? You sell up here, you buy down here. Buy down here, sell up here, buy down here, sell up here, buy down here, sell up here. You guys using this tool will make you very successful in the future if we continue this trend, which we haven't broke yet. But yeah, we dip below this EMA level, all-time highs. We dip below this gray EMA 444 level. Every time we've dipped below it, we've had a downtrend, right? Unless we break it, unless we stay above this gray EMA for a while, and we push up and break all-time highs, we're still going to be in this downtrend. Altcoins are still going to pump regardless. We know this. But they're not going to pump like they did during quote-unquote altcoin season. So take that into accountability, take that into action, and understand that, right? So I'm gonna show you guys a few important things to draw out. I'm gonna explain how I chart things, right? We're on TradingView right now. And what is TradingView? Okay, it's a free platform to map out things. If you guys go to indicators, I'm using this 8 EMA indicator. I'm using candlesticks right here, and I'm on the 3-hour time frame right now, trying to chart out exactly where I think this is heading by using these resistance lines. And I'm going to walk through this. I know some of you guys might think this is a little bit boring, but for those new people, hope this is helping you out. All right, so this is the trend support, right? What is a trend support? So if we dip below here and we go down a little bit more, it shows that we broke this support, right? But what do we see? How do we know this is a trend support? We have 1, right? We have 2, we have 3, we have 4 things that are bouncing off the support line. And that's a very, very key indicator to remember. It's support. It's holding these things up. We are in an uptrend short term with Bitcoin still. Even if we have a dip, we did think we were going to have a dip around 235K on this trend support. But right now, we are approaching this downside. We could not have a dip, but it's still looking very, very bullish in the short term of things. But this is going to be the trend resistance right here. Right? This is the trend resistance. We have tried to break out, tried to break out, tried to break out. Tried to break out here. I'm going to circle it for you guys. I'm going to change the color, right? We tried to break out of this. We couldn't. If we do break out of it, we'll have a large upside. If we break down, right, we're going to have a large downside. But most likely, we will just be completing this pattern. Maybe we'll go like that and then go up. But we'll be following this very, very closely. And this is called the trend resistance. It's a resistance line. And this will really help you guys have some sort of indicator on where the market's going, because we're just in this little channel, this range right here. Let me change the color of this real quick to red, right? Trend resistance is what we see as of right here. So that's the trend resistance. But yeah, this is just what we see on the 4 hour. I'm going to get deeper into Bitcoin on the lower time frame right now. So let me just delete all this stuff so it doesn't confuse anyone. But yeah, I'll show you exactly why we see this short-term bullishness trends. But altcoin season is over. Not trying to confuse any of you guys. Just saying that it's going to be we're probably going to go on a downtrend. That's what data shows, right? You guys want to be buying down here. The 30, 50, 100Xs come down here. Right? The 30, 50, 100Xs do not come up here. This is where you guys trade. HODL levels. Right? Trade levels. You sell, take your profits. This is what people do not want you to do, right? This is where people want you to buy who are holding on to things long term. You guys got to understand how this market moves and it operates. But yeah, so here's the trend resistance on this little 3 hour time. We're going to be going and looking at the 1 hour. Make sure to use multiple time frames to really see if you guys can find some more channels right now. I'm just going to use this one just to show you guys an example, right? So we do have some sort of trend forming right there, right? A little bit of one right there. And if we break down, we're probably going to touch that. But if we don't break out of that, yeah, not actually really anything coming up from there. But inside of this, right, we're going to be using the higher low and lower high indicator to show you guys something detrimental to figuring out the price here. So you guys see this LLHL. It's probably very, very confusing. But what you guys want to be doing is you want to be buying at the lower lows when it hits this trend support. And you want to be shorting when these higher highs hit this trend resistance, right? And you guys could be trading inside these ranges. It has the support and the resistance levels. But this indicator is completely free, and you guys can figure out how to do it. I would recommend, if you guys are new, just do it out of the range, right? Just trade out of the ranges. There's nothing more than that, you know. Trade up here. Trade up here. Don't trade in this middle range if you guys are not experienced enough yet. I will be getting into that probably in a future video today. But just to show you guys, what do I mean? Yeah, just trade out of these ranges. Buy here, sell up here, right? Short up there. Take your profits down here. Have a trailing stop loss just in case, right? We had 1, 2. But yeah, short here, buy here as of right now. And that's what we've kind of been looking at, right? And we haven't reached this upside. We might do a bounce to here and then hit that upside. But this channel is just going to get shorter and shorter, and we're bound to have a movement downwards or upwards that's going to be of some significance. But altcoin season's over, guys. Altcoin season's over. We still have volatility in altcoins. There's still money to be made. And you just guys got to keep that in the back of your mind. Altcoin season, guys, these 100Xs, they're not happening, right? They're not happening. They happen down here. I'm not going to show you guys that anymore, but we see lower low, higher high, right? You guys see these patterns, and they're very, very important. I will be going into this in a future video, but just to show you guys something, right? So we have this lower low right here. We have this higher high right here. I'm just going to draw a little bit of a channel, right? This is called a channel. And what is this? This is a downtrend right here. And that's the support of that downtrend, right? Every time we see, let me actually make it a little bit better for you guys. I'll show you guys how to map these out. But every time we have something hit this bottom, you guys would buy. And when it hits this resistance level, right? What's the resistance level? The resistance level is right there. Let me show you an example, right? Boom, let me get over there. All right, let me change the colors of them too. And let me take off these indicators so you guys can see it better. So we see this channel, right? This is the resistance level, this red level that I'm going to make right here. And resistance means if it touches this, you're gonna be taking your profits after it hits this bottom level, right? So you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell, and once we really have a full breakout out of this level, it's gonna push up higher, right? And let's do a little downtrend level, right? Where was an uptrend where we broke out of it? Okay, so it broke out of this little trend resistance, so we had to push upwards. It's just as easy as this: the trend resistance, trend support. Remember that, right? So here is our support level. Let's make that green. I'm just trying to, you guys can do this on your own as well. I know some of you guys are like, oh, this is boring. But I'm telling you right now, you can do this. It will make you very successful just learning the charts. I'm going to be teaching along the way. But we have this resistance level. We couldn't fully break out of it. It's a channel, guys. It's an uptrend, right? It's going upwards. And why did we get into this uptrend? Because we had this this resistance level, right? It was broke, right? It's got pushed up through, so we had an uptrend instead of this downtrend. And why do we have this downtrend? Because the support level was broken through. That's why we had this little downtrend here, and boom, right? Hope this is making a little bit of sense, right? When this trend resistance is broke, we normally go to the upside, and when the trend support is broke, right here, we go to the downside. And I'm just doing this on a larger scale and then on a smaller scale. And if you guys get familiar with that and ranges as well, with your support and your resistance range, it will be a very, very successful tactic for you guys to understand the current state of where the market's moving. We will be getting into more advanced indicators, but gonna take you guys through the most important steps along the way. But right now, what do we see with the higher low, lower low strategy? Well, we see lower low, and if we don't create a lower low right here, we probably will have some bullishness, maybe a push upwards on the short time frame, but most likely we will. And I do expect us to hit this 34,800 level still, but maybe we'll bounce off of here because we created this higher high up here. But I do see some bullishness still in the market. We're going to throw on some more indicators to show you guys why I believe that. We're going to look through RSI, right? So we're going to go through the known trading RSI control zone. We're going to do the RSI candle, and I'm going to explain to you guys how I'm using these and how they work so you guys can use them on your own, right? You guys can be very, very successful with this, right? So what's this? Okay, what is this showing on the 1 hour, right? You guys want to use multiple time frames when looking at this, right? So, this is showing the upside when we have these things cross, right? We have this cross, downwards momentum. We have this cross, upwards momentum, cross, downwards, cross, upwards, right? Cross, downwards, cross, upwards, cross, downwards, right? So you guys see this? This is the EMA level crossing with each other, and it's a very, very good indicator on where price is going, right? Every time they cross, something big will happen, and right now, they're pretty far apart on the 2 hour. Let's go on the 1 day, right? I did the 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day. You guys can even do this on the 5 to 10 minute. But what do we see here, right? We see a cross right here. So we have that upwards move. We're not sure exactly how high it will go, but every time we've had a cross, it's upwards, 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 right? So it is looking a little bit bullish on that indicator because we had that cross. Same thing with this one. We are towards the bottom, right? We had this large dip to the bottom with Bitcoin is looking a little bit bullish. Maybe we'll have a little retracement. Same thing with the other indicator. It's possible. That's really what I'm seeing, that retracement to that 3,500 level, and then maybe we'll have a bounce back up and hit that 39K level, and then just stay in that little channel until we really show which side we're breaking out of. And I will let you guys know when that happens. But yeah, that indicator is looking a little bit bullish as well. A little bearish short term, but bullish on the mid to long term. But yeah, right now we are seeing the same. The indicators all look the same, so that's a great thing to notice. We'll put it on the 2 hour, put it on the 1 hour, and check that out. Right, looking a little bit bearish here on the 1 hour because we did have that push on the 2 hour. Looking a little bit bearish as well, but for the most part on the 1 day we're looking bullish, short term bearish. Yeah. That's how we're using that strategy. And let me get into, let me take off all these indicators and we'll get into some altcoins, right? We'll get into some altcoins. Maybe we'll use these strategies on these altcoins. But as of right now, right, market is looking a little bit bearish. And where would you guys set your buy points at? What's a great point to buy at, right, with these altcoins? Well, guys, look at this Telcoin trend, right? Telcoin has this very, very tight trend. And I see this as a very, very profitable coin that we see here. It's very, very tight right here, right? Right here would be the best one, right? So I do see Telcoin as a great buying opportunity with a lot of volatility, right, guys? Look at this volatility, 116% all the way down to 30%, and then another push up around 20%. I would set some buy orders on Telcoin, and I'm going to show you guys why I'm putting these buy orders in, right? And we'll get the prices. So I'm going to use this higher low, lower high strategy, right? So we're going to throw that on there. Yeah. Boom. Right, it's not working for whatever reason. Pine cannot determine the length of a series of number of bars, strategies, and functions. Learn more. All right, that's fine. I could use it without it, right? So I think we're going to probably possibly break down onto this because we see some short-term bearishness with Bitcoin. So I'm going to draw some support levels, right? We have a support level there. We have a possible support level down here. And we have a possible support level down right here. And what I would recommend is if you guys are trying to buy, I would buy in this level right here. How much lower does Telcoin have to go down? 13%, and this is all the way down to 41%. I'm probably going to keep it right here, just because you guys set your stop losses below this trade, anywhere from this 0.273 level all the way to this 0.24 level. I see us taking a larger dip, 13% down below this, and then pushing back out. Actually, might bring this a little bit tighter. Sorry, guys, because we haven't had a large dip underneath this. And even if we go down a few percent with Bitcoin, this will bounce right back up above it. So this 0.29 level to this 0.273 level would be a great buy for Telcoin. And what am I expecting with this, right? If we do hit this level, you guys are looking at around 20 to 30%. Your sell levels would be up here, around 20 to 30%. I do see that as an easily possible proposition for them in just the short term, in just the few days of short term, as we are bullish on the daily, right? So maybe a week from now we can go up to levels around 4.2 to around 3.7 is where I'm really thinking. But yeah, it is looking very bullish. Catching it down here would be a very great idea because the volatility is there, guys. So let's go into one more coin and chart it out. I'll go a little bit faster, but that's how I'm doing my charting, guys. I'm also looking for the channels in between this bigger channel right here, the downtrends and the uptrends. I'll do a much better video on it later today. But let's get into, what else was I looking at today? What else did I buy today? Or what do I have buy orders for? We'll do one. Harmony has great volatility, and we are in an uptrend, guys. We are in a very, very tight uptrend up here, as you guys can see, right? So we have that tight uptrend with Harmony right here. This is just on the 1 hour, though, and we will go on the 4 hour and then chart out this uptrend that we see. Let me change that to green. I'm doing this so you guys could really understand and figure out what I'm going through. I see Harmony as a great buy as well at certain levels, and you guys can do the same thing with shorting as well, right? With shorting, you can find the same sort of levels that are great to short at. Just a little reminder on that. Probably, yeah, Harmony has a lot of volatility, so it's pretty hard to read this and get some great trend resistance levels, but I do see some bullish momentum upwards for Harmony. And what levels am I looking to buy it at, right? Around this support level and this support level, right? As we've bounced off of these before, I would set half of your buy order here, and that is a 10% to 11% drop in Harmony. Let me box that off. Around this level would be great for a Harmony buy. And possibly set your stop loss around this this level, which is, make that a little bit smaller. Set your stop loss around 4 to 5% below, and then I would set another buy order down here because we have this other level that we will bounce off of if we do get to it. Very, very high probability that we'll bounce off at this level, which is around 6% below that stop loss. You guys can just set your stop loss or do 2 buy orders as well to avoid this, to avoid like a stop loss being hit if you really want to. But what's the take profit on this one? How much percent are we willing to get off of Harmony in how many days? What are we looking for? All right, so we are looking bullish on Bitcoin, like we said. Let me set these to red for resistance levels. Let me go boom, red, right? Red levels are resistance, green levels are support. They're supporting or they're trying to push something down, right? So those are resistance, they're trying to keep things up. Other ones are trying to push them down. All right, so we could see 30% all the way, we could see 36% to 30%, all the way up to 50%. I see this probably happening within the next 3 or 4 days. I see us having a bounce back up. People will always buy back the dip, guys. Look at this volatility. Look at the patterns that we see in the market. We are in a downtrend in the market, right? We are in a downtrend. But guys, look at the patterns, right? A lot of volatility, right? A lot of volatility with Harmony. Every single one of these volatile things, right, guys? Look at 100% all the way down to 20%. It's a perfect opportunity to farm, right? If you guys can find these channels and be very, very prepared with your buy orders, you can make a lot of money off of just finding these ranges, finding these trend resistances, and trading off them, right? So 35%, and then we had this push up here. 29%, and now we're dropping a little bit more, and that would be a great buy order as well. I might even suggest you guys putting one a little bit higher, but I'd rather play it safe than sorry, especially with Bitcoin looking a little bit bearish, but mainly bullish. Wouldn't be too bad of an idea to set one there. So we went over one. I'm going to go over, should we go over ADA? All right, I'll go over some buy orders on ADA, fine. I know you guys love your ADA. So what do we see with ADA? Lower low, higher high, higher low, or higher low, higher low. We did see a lower high, right? But this is on the 4 hour, so we'll switch it to the 30-minute. ADA is extremely pumped up right now. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? It looks a lot different than these other cryptos. It's almost back up to where it was. And they do have the Alonzo smart contracts coming up, but they have pumped up a significant amount for how large they are. I'm not looking currently to trade them because, yes, it would be a very safe trade. But how profitable is it going to be? I mean, yes, ADA can go to $2. And let's see what the $2 price could be. I was looking at a lot of support. $2 to maybe $2.15 to $2.20, which is 20 to 30%. But that would take a lot longer, in my opinion, than some of these other alts. So I'm going to be holding the brakes off on ADA on trading just because I don't see too much profit there from a TA perspective. We're trying to find the most profitable coins, technically analytically speaking. Which is how you guys are going to become the most successful, right? You find the coins with the most volatility. The coins with the most volatility will give you the most, percent return. Which I see Rune. Okay, Rune's one of those coins. We already are on this downtrend with Rune. And let's go map out this downtrend that we're in on the 30-minute real quick. So the green line is our trend support, right? And how do we trade these downtrends, right? These downtrends look very, very tricky and hard to trade. So let me go up into this. Okay, boom. All right, so a downtrend, you swing highs swing highs are lower highs, swing lows are lower lows. So you guys see this downtrend, right? What I'm basically doing during these types of things, let's go to Rune, is I'm buying these lower lows when we break through this trend resistance or when we touch it. I'm buying these up, right? I'm buying here, and I'm going to be buying here because we're normally going to hit this bottom, then bounce up to the top where I'm going to sell, and then I'm going to short to here, and then take my profits, then buy here, then short up here, boom, 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 right? But I would just recommend a buying if you guys are new, but we do have this downtrend with Rune, and it's looking like it's going to probably stop out around this $10 level if we do have a sizable amount of a dip in the market. I would say this $10 level is going to be a perfect reversal for that. But just another reminder, guys, pretend there's two lines, right? Two lines like I have here. And what happens when this resistance level, which would be where my mouse cursor is up here and it gets broken through, right? What do we see? A huge up pump, right? You guys are going to be buying at this lower low and the trend resistance is going to be broken. And you're like, oh, sweet, there's going to be a pump coming. I got my lower low buy-in and everything's looking good. So remember that with these trends, right? With these trends. But yeah, I do see possibly this $10 level coming into play, but I would set some buy orders around these two levels right here, which is the 10.50, that's the 10 cent and 10.1 level. That'd be 2 good buy orders. And what are you guys looking for your stop loss? I would set your stop loss around 5 to 10%. I would do 5% on the first one and then 10% on the second order. But really make sure to be patient. You guys can trade inside these channels short term, but I would really recommend you trading for practice inside these channels before you guys do it a lot. These trends, right? You find these uptrends, you find these downtrends, and you trade in between them. But I would really recommend doing it on the longer term perspective, right? Maybe 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And even before you guys get into that, I would get into buying at the lower levels and selling at the higher levels until you really understand more fundamentals about the chart, which I will help you with. You need to be doing learning on your own as well. But yeah, very, very good to be using something like this to trade. It's very profitable if you put in the time, you put in the effort. But yeah, Rune buy levels are down here. What are the sell targets? We're looking for some sell targets on Rune. These should be green. I'm going to turn these to green. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Let me turn that to green. So we turn these levels to green. And actually, I'm going to put one right here as well. Three buy orders. You guys can buy at any of these 3 points. Not financial advice, just financial opinion. But I would put these sell targets around $12 to $12.20, which is around 30 to 20% return. But we could break out of this even more, in my opinion, just because Rune is extremely bullish and undervalued. But anytime we see Rune around this $9 level, that's a buy as well. Just set your stop losses. You're only going to be losing 5 to 10% at most. So that's not too much of a loss, considering the fact that you can make 30%, 40% on these trades like we have really been focusing on. It's always about focusing when we're in these sort of trends, guys. When we're in, let me actually go to Bitcoin. Very important, guys. When we're in these sort of trends, we will make money on this channel. I'm going to focus on short-term technical analysis with you guys to show you the ways of really trading these trends short-term. I do this on my own, and I think it's time to show you guys or trying to show you guys what I'm doing, right? Like I said, long term, we do have some bullishness with Bitcoin, but that's only to around the 39K level to the 40K level. But then I see some bearishness in play, but that's still a large pump, guys. That's still a large pump. But short term, we're going to probably see this correction down this 35K level. But when you guys are going to be trading, right? So you guys are going to be trading, make sure to really figure out what the price of Bitcoin is compared to your altcoins. And that's one of the most important things to really value. And finding these trends, finding these channels. It sounds crazy. It sounds like it's not real for some of you guys, but it is, and it's very important. But yeah, let's go into, we'll go into Near Protocol, all right? Near Protocol had a lot of gains, guys. Look at this, 30% in the 3 days that we were bearish. I am going to be shorting this one for a little bit. I'll do a little short as well. So we have this channel right here that's forming. Right. We have this channel right here. And I'm going to be buying at the lower highs, and I'm going to be selling at the lower lows. I'll short at the higher high. Want it to go down, it'll go down to lower low. I'll take my profit after it hits this support. And when it hits this resistance, I'll be shorting. I'll be putting in my shorts, right? I'm just going to do that a few times before Bitcoin looks like it's going to break out. And then I'll be probably buying here at the lower lows. And then selling at the lower highs, or the higher highs, or buying at the lower high, selling at the higher high. You have to buy at the lower high, right, and sell at the higher low, right, or the lower high. Like that. So look at, you buy at the lower low, sell at the lower high. Buy at the lower low, sell at the lower high. And you make these channels, these trends, and it bounces off. It bounces off once, twice, 3 times, and then you would get 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 of these trades, right, and you would do the same thing up. It's a very, very successful strategy, and these indicators do help a lot, but it's just good for you guys to understand to do this on the 45-minute, 30-minute before you guys get into the shorter time frames. Just learn first, maybe do paper trading with fake money first before you guys get really into it. But yes, my levels for this right now is I'm just looking for a quick profit with Near. I'm going to be shorting around this trend resistance level whenever it hits it, and then taking profits at the lower low. But I'm just going to be putting a very small stop loss on it, right? I'm going to be doing 3%, and I'm just looking for around 5 to 6% every time this happens. Just showing you guys something like 4, 4 down to 6, down to up to 4, down to 6, up to 4, down to 6. Just repeating that process because this is a little bit overbought. But yeah, that's Near. Yeah, everything is dropping right now a little bit. I mean, that's a great thing for you guys that are holding, but we're going to do Bake, right? We do love Bake on this channel. And so now you guys might think this graph is a little bit concerning. Just focus on the lower lows, the lower highs, the higher highs, the higher lows, higher highs. You guys can use these indicators. I'm going to show them one more time. This is the indicator, higher high, lower low strategy. And you guys can take screenshots of these that I'm showing yeah, this page right here. Go back to Bake. All right, so Bake is showing a little bit of stagnicity, but we still see a little trend forming with Bake. But we can go all the way back here and find it. A little bit right there, I would say. Drop that a little bit lower. You see that trend line right there, and we also see this trend line right here in the short term. Let me change these to green. So these are the trend supports again, and we're going to be trading once, probably once they break down from this. I do see them breaking down, maybe creating a new downtrend because of the way Bitcoin's looking right now. So I think Bake's going to be a little bit bearish. And why do I think that? Because Bitcoin's looking a little bit bearish, right? I mean, we have a lot of, we might be at a bottom. We could have a push up from here though, but I do see maybe a breakthrough with Bake on that. This is the resistance, this is the support. But if we do form this downtrend, this is what this downtrend looks like currently, right? Actually put this line up here. This is what this downtrend looks like in the short-term time frame. And we're going to be buying Bake up at the bottom. Want to know why? Because we always make profits off of Bake. It's been a very, very great coin for us. Made hundreds and hundreds % off of Bake already. The volatility is there. And we're very, very good with the TA on it. So we're going to be buying at the lower lows, selling at the lower highs throughout this trends, and shorting at the lower highs. We're probably going to see Bake go all the way down to approximately 360. We can go down all the way here as well to around 340. And I would say all the way down to around 310 or 3.13. These would be my buy orders, right? You guys can trade it in this downtrend, but I would be very careful. Really make sure to see what Bitcoin's doing. But that would be approximately a 10 to 15 to around 22% downturn. I'd put buy orders in on all three of them. I'd put 10% stop loss on the first one, 10% stop loss on the second one, 10% stop loss on the third one. And I would be looking for around 40 to 50% profits, right? You guys are only risking 10% for a 50% gain. And that's pretty good, right? So we're going to put the sell levels up here. You guys could be able to look at these at your own. That's my goal, to show you guys how to do this on your own so you don't even need me, but you guys can join the Discord and create a great community around this. Right? So, yeah, if we buy there, 30, 40, 50, 60 possibly, but these would be my sell targets. We would have to see how they react. What's the uptrend looking like once we get out of this downtrend? How bullish do we look? And that's going to be where my sell levels are going to be at. I'm going to go deeper into this every single episode, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm going to do one more. Okay, we're going to do one more, and that's going to be AAVE. Right? Look at this trend line with AAVE, guys. Look at this support trend line, right? We have it right there, and then we have this resistance one right here. Right? It's in a very, very tight uptrend as of right now. We're probably going to be bouncing off, and then I see us having around short term, probably going to drop down to there, 18%. Here's our sell levels. We have some hard resistance up here, right? This could be where the drop is coming. We could be going into this downtrend. I'll explain it all. I'm just trying to focus a little bit harder here. Yeah, so this is our support, right? We are in an uptrend right now, but just in case we break out of this, because this isn't the tightest, I would say that this could be the downtrend, right? Where we don't break out of this, we keep on going lower, lower, lower. If we break down out of this resistance, I'm going to turn it red. Or this is the support. That's the support, sorry. The red is the resistance. It needs to break out of that if we want to see some bullish action. All right, so we're going to be going to the buy levels, right? I do see this possibly going down to the 300 level to around a little bit higher than that. This level. Let me turn this green. Right, so those are the buying levels. Buy there. There, 318, 314. Also, this 326 level would be great buy orders after we have this retracement, which would be around 10 to 13 to 15%. And then the upside potential, 10% stop loss, right? 20%, 25%, 32%. Could go higher because this is very, very volatile. And I do expect that to possibly happen. We traded this one and we got lots of profits multiple times. But yeah, if we do have large dips, we're going to be knowing also what to buy. If we have a large flash crash, we're going to be able to make a lot of gains because we study which ones are the most volatile, which ones have the best recovery. And we benefit off of the stagnicity. Because even when we're still static, guys, we still have this up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And it is always going in a trend, right? We could have that. We could have a downtrend, right? Where you guys, right? You set your channel levels, right? You set your channel levels like that. And you buy here, right? You buy here, you sell up here. Or you could short up here too, right? You short down here, you take your profits, you buy down here, and you do the same thing, right? So you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. Same thing on an uptrend, right? Same thing on an uptrend. You just do that strategy, right? And you could do this on the 30 to 45 minute. I would suggest for anyone who's new. Do it on the 30 to 45 minute, but then look at the 7 minute, the 15 minute, and the 10 minute to really see the trends inside the trends. To see which way it's going. Because if we have a downtrend right here, right, but we still have an uptrend on the 45 minute, you know, this could be us breaking down, you know, out of this zone. But yeah, this is what you guys want to be looking for these trends, because when we're in this stagnant kind of area and we don't have too much of a clear indication of uptrend, downtrend, you guys could be farming profits with this volatility that we see here. And that's what we've been doing in the Discord, and I'm going to start bringing it to this channel, really getting you guys more educated on trading. And you guys can do it. I know you can. I will show you exactly how I do it and giving you guys all the tools and info to do it yourselves. And we will come together and make the best community, guys, where we're all learning, we're all making profits, and getting the best trades that we can possible. It's really going to be an impactful community. I promise you guys. If you pay attention and you learn, and you're really here to put in the effort, you will be very, very successful in the future. And I'll make sure of that by trying my hardest to help you out as much as you guys will be putting in the effort. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Right? I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button.